Well, hello YouTube. Here we are, we're back. John Francis Restorations. We got a good one today. Well, let me change that. It's not going to be today. It's probably going to be at least a week. But we've got a whole dining room set to refinish, and this one's actually going to go into our home. Picked it up on Craigslist for free, actually. Someone was giving it away because they were moving. So I went out and picked it up, and now we're going to refinish it all and put it in our own dining room. So let's take a look at what we got. Man, it's a chilly one out here today. It is about 30 degrees right now and windy, but it was 22 overnight. It's hard to imagine that 5 weeks ago it was 99 degrees, and here we are. But anyways, here's the set. Got our table over here, legs to the table. There's a hutch here, a buffet right there, and 6 chairs. Too bad we don't have armchairs, but we'll take care of that later on. So let's get this unloaded and start this process. Here we are. Got the set in. Let's go over and see what it's going to need. So here's the hutch. You can see the finish is just pretty much gone. It looks like someone tried to wipe something on there at some point. I mean, all in all, it's in great shape. But, I don't know, it looks like almost like they used some sort of like do-it-yourself refinish kind of thing. But the finish is just broken down. So it's going to get a full total refinish. Got a little bit of repairs to do here and here. That pretty much is all there. We'll just have to get it glued, maybe do some filling or replacing of parts. Gonna have to do a little drawer repair. Someone has obviously attempted that. I don't know what could have possibly happened to break off all those dovetails. We'll have to get inside there and do some repairs, get that drawer running smooth. Whatever reason, there's a nail right here. They decided to never pull it out, so that's caused this. So we'll have to fix that. So this is our worst chair right here. You can see we're going to need to do some repairs in here. Unfortunately, someone sat back on it and pushed through, so we'll get that all glued up. Luckily, all the pieces are there. We'll have to do a little filling, but that's about it. So here's our bases. This right here looks like the only area that's going to need repaired. The rest of them look pretty good. They're pretty sturdy. We'll clean these up. It's amazing how some can look like this and others can look like that. So we'll get these bases repaired and get the brass feet cleaned up. This was made by the Mount Airy Mantle and Table Company. So here's the table. Again, not in great shape at all. A lot of wear and tear. Finish is just broken down. Luckily this isn't gouges really. It's just kind of where the finish has been taken off. Again, areas like that are going to be unseen once it's refinished. Looks like someone tried to sand it down themselves there. But this has seen some better days. But again, that veneer underneath is in beautiful shape. Once this thing is stripped, it's going to look great. Let me show you this little neat feature of this table here. We got a handle under this end that releases it. So this table's got a butterfly leaf under there, you can see there. That flips up and unfolds and becomes looks about like a 12-inch leaf to extend the table. We got the buffet on its side here on this dolly, but before I tip it down and show you, I just wanted to show you these areas over the years have come apart here, and someone at some point drove nails from underneath. So we'll get all these nails out everywhere. Get some glue in there, and I'll probably drill some holes this way and put some screws in to pull that in tight. Again, like all the other pieces, finish is just gone on here. And I mean, yeah, you can see in the camera here, you almost really can't even see any of the grain. Let's see if we can get close, because the finish is just darkened over time. But I tell you, this set is going to look great once it's done. So now that we have it all apart, all the hardware off and all the doors off, all the seats off, we're going to do some gluing. We're going to do some repairs on this drawer. And here's a seat back that we had to glue. That we actually did those yesterday, so we'll get those out of the clamps today, see how they turned out. Now we're going to glue this. Same idea here. This has gotten pushed through, so it's cracked in several places. So let's get to gluing that. We'll probably use a combination of my burn-in knife, this nice perfectly curved knife here. We'll use a combo of this knife and probably some air to get glue in here. Sometimes I just go and give it some good squishing. I just see very little cracking on that one. Sure, I've said before, you can never have not only too many clamps, but clamps of different sizes. I don't know if you can see the reflection on this, but I just have some clear tape on it. But one of the big things that the tape is going to do is help my little wood clamping blocks here not get glue in between them and the piece itself and get that stuck on there. And the biggest thing really is keep it from ripping off some of the veneer off the piece. I kind of try to keep track of remind myself of where the cracks are. So there's no real reason to clamp way down here because the cracks are all in the middle area there. So what we'll do, check all the rest of the chairs, make sure they don't need any gluing. Luckily, they're very sturdy. Some other areas that need glued are areas like this. I think, well, you can see here, we had to glue some here. Got our little pin nailer here. It's a nice little tool. Puts in little pins. I mean, these are smaller than sewing needles. Uses a little bit lower air pressure. So So we'll put a couple extra of these in here. Not where the brake is, but kind of just beside where the brake is. Another good thing to do is a lot of these spring clamps come with rubber covers on them, which work great. But in this case, it's nice to be able to use the very tip of this. Just enough to get these together. Yeah, I'm looking in the camera here. I mean, look at this finish is just really in bad shape. Here you can see how decent it looks where the handle was compared to the rest of the piece. So Turkey Day's right around the corner, and I got to get this done. This is what we're going to be eating on in a few days. So I went ahead and just got the chairs and the table stripped. So that's what we're going to worry about right now is getting this table and the chairs sanded and stained and finished, so we can celebrate Thanksgiving on it. And then we'll go ahead and worry about the hutch and the server later. So as you can see here, when you strip it, it remains kind of dark. And then when you sand it, it gets quite light. So that sometimes becomes an issue because some areas are going to have to be hand sanded. A lot of areas. Areas like in here. And if you leave those dark and then other areas light, that's going to show when you come to stain. Here's another example of that. The legs. I do a decent amount of it. It's probably about half and half. Half of it I can get with the sander. The other half I have to do by hand. So let me tip this up so you can see the drastic difference here. How dark this area is and how light this area is. And like I said, I get this pretty light with the sander, mostly because I got to get a lot of nicks and dings out of here. And then I have to hand sand here, which is going to take 2 or 3 times as long. You really don't want to leave it really dark and have light and dark. But to get it to this point, I am going to sand this a little more, but to get it to this point where this is definitely darker than this, it's still going to blend in just fine once you stain it. Because this is going to have a tendency to accept a little less stain than those light spots. So it'll blend in just fine once it's stained. I had to do a lot of gluing and filling. So guess what today is? It's Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. Well, I'm still here working. It's early in the morning. I'm trying to get this set done. I think I mentioned before that I'm going to end up just getting the table and chairs done. I'm not going to be able to get the buffet and the hutch done now. We'll just have to get those done maybe before Christmas. But I'm at my last step here. Let me show you. So there's some of the chairs. They're finished. But we need to get seats on them. And here are our seats. We're going to recover them. So we got our new foam here. We got our batting. And we got our fabric. All right, well, here we are. If you look, I've got a beard coming in. So it's actually been a little bit longer than expected. We got through the holidays there. Got the table and the buffet done back here. And of course, they were kind of decorated for the holidays, so I wasn't able to film them. But let's hop in the dining room here in our home and take a look at how they turned out. Haven't gotten the hutch done yet, so we'll maybe do a separate video on that. All right, let's go in here and take a look. So here they are, the pieces that we did do. If you remember right, we got these chairs and table done in time for Thanksgiving. And then I got the buffet done in time for Christmas. Let me get a little up close here. Get an up close picture here. You can see the grain just stands out beautifully now. Here's one of the areas that had a bad spot. And then this was another area that had that bad spot. And here's the buffet. If you remember correctly, we needed to do some repairs on some of the trim work on the doors. But look at that top. I mean, just look how that grain pops out now. So much better. We were able to get the repairs done to the base, and it has just turned out terrific. We just took some real fine steel wool and polished up the handles. Didn't want to get them real nice and bright and shiny because this set still is 70, 80 years old. But they also don't have the dirt and grime on them like they used to. So I'll go ahead and end the video here. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Tell us if you like what you saw. Ask us to do other pieces if you'd like. Share with your friends. Hit that notification bell down there. That'll notify you with all of our latest videos and you'll be able to watch them. Also, we have one other YouTube channel. It is called First Time RVers. We do camping videos. We have a camper and we head out almost weekly or bi-weekly in the summertime. We're actually going to head out tomorrow for 4 days to do some camping. So you can go over there. We'll put a link in the description below to that YouTube channel. And thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing you. Bye-bye.